When I randomly received $250, I assumed it was either some sort of scam or I just hit the jackpot. I never could have guessed the horrifying truth that my life was about to be ruined forever. I wasn't expecting any payments, especially since the sender was named as AWSD276. I originally assumed it was for my husband since we share an account, but after checking with him, he didn't recognize this peculiar name either. So who was just giving me money? No normal person just gives $250 for free, at least not without expecting something in return. It must be a scam. But as the hours went by, I didn't get any weird texts or phone calls. That fat $250 just sat there in my bank account, taking up space. We should give it back, my husband said when I got home. I don't think we can do that. Sure, we can. We call the bank, tell them to reverse the transaction. I shot him a look. Or, we could just keep it. Someone did give it to us. I'm not a bad person who steals money, but my husband and I didn't have the best jobs and we had our kids to feed. That's unethical, my husband said. What's unethical is forcing the kids to eat rice and beans for lunch every day. I slammed the refrigerator shut and plopped down on the couch. Look, I feel a little weird about it too, okay? But it's not like I picked up a wallet someone dropped and found $250 in it. Someone actually gave this to us, whether it was accidental or not. We eventually both went to bed and my husband gave in. If only I'd known the truth of where that $250 came from, I would have sent it back immediately. But unfortunately, my greed got the better of me. I now wish I had just listened to my husband. When I woke up the next morning, there was a text from an unknown number waiting for me. At 2:13 p.m. today, go to the corner of 12th Avenue and North St. Take a photo of the short man in the black coat. What the heck? But Jerry had already left for work. I tell him about it later. After waving to my kids on the bus, I left for work. But then another text came in as I was riding the elevator up. If you want to keep the $250, take the photo. My throat went dry. I knew there would be a twist. It wasn't free money. Some weirdo wired $250 to me. The elevator door slid open and I stumbled out. How do they have my number? Is it someone I know? I glanced around at the hall of cubicles, at the people I'd worked side by side with for 5 years. Ed is weird enough to pull something like this. But then I frowned. If Ed were wiring me $250, he would be asking for a photo of something else. I set my phone face down on the desk and got to work. I didn't spend another thought on the text. I pretended it didn't even happen. I just focused on my happy little spreadsheets, on the upcoming presentation, and hoped it would all go away by 5. It didn't. At 2 o'clock sharp, my phone buzzed loudly, and when I pulled up the text, my breath caught in my throat. Why haven't you left yet? I glanced wildly around the office, but nobody was looking at me. I ran over to the window. The sidewalk below was filled with people, but none of them were looking up in my direction. Fear pounded through my veins. Pussed. Another text. You want to give your kids that special lunch tomorrow, don't you? I froze. They'd been in my yard, watching me, and now they were somewhere on the street or in this very office, watching my every move. I had to comply. What's the worst that could happen? It's just a picture, right? I shot up from the desk and ran to the elevator. It took me 8 minutes to get to the corner of 12 and North, running in heels. Panting, I glanced around at my surroundings, but I didn't see anything out of place. A woman jogging by, a mother pushing a stroller, 2 businessmen arguing as they crossed the street. And at 2:13, a short man in a black coat strolled into view. He pressed the button for the crosswalk. Quickly, I whipped out my phone, pretended I was texting, and snapped a photo of him. I rushed back to the office building, tears stinging my eyes as my fingers slid across the screen. Here's your photo. I texted with the image. Now leave me the F alone. I thought this would be the end of it, but I was so wrong. After work, I went to the grocery store. I got my kids organic sliced turkey and aged Gouda and effing gourmet Swiss chocolate for lunch tomorrow. Played their stupid little sick game, and damn it if I wasn't going to reap the rewards. As the goods approached the conveyor belt, my phone vibrated. A new notification. Woohoo, you just got paid. My heart fell into my stomach, and it fell through the floor when I saw the amount. $1,000.